His 100% patriotic statement silences liberals. The left is nothing if not persistent. No matter what President Trump does, it's unsatisfactory and must be spun in such a way as to make him look bad. If something goes well, it didn't go well enough and a Democrat could have done better. If the nation gets blindsided by some unpredictable event, he should have foreseen it. If something bad befalls the country, either President Trump mishandled the situation, or deliberately encouraged the disaster to serve his own personal political agenda. Perhaps the Democrats came up with that last one as the product of a guilty conscience, as they might have manufactured multiple situations just to make their opponents look bad, even if Americans had to suffer. This is Washington we're talking about, after all. And we all know how liberals operate by now, don't we? Regardless of what the leaders of the left would have their followers believe, President Trump opposes bigotry and racism, and has zero tolerance for what was perpetrated in Charlottesville, Virginia. Note his remarks below, and try to find any evidence of support for neo-Nazis, skinheads, the KKK, white supremacists or other such abominable groups. From Breitbart. President Donald Trump denounced hate groups at the White House on Monday, responding to critics of his response to the violence in Charlottesville, Virginia surrounding an alt-right rally. Racism is evil. And those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans, Trump said. The president made his remarks in the diplomatic reception room at the White House after meeting with Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the FBI Director Chris Wray. Those who spread violence in the name of bigotry strike at the very core of America, Trump said. No one expects the Democrats to like President Trump's agenda or even the man himself. But at least have the integrity and decency to be accurate in your criticism of his words and actions. Manufacturing faults that do not exist is intellectually dishonest and lazy. The truth is ultimately what matters. He specifically named Heather Heyer, the 32-year-old woman killed during the protests after a reported Nazi sympathizer allegedly drove his car into a crowd of counter-protesters. Her death fills us with grief and we send her family our thoughts, our prayers, and our love, Trump said. Trump confirmed that the FBI and the Department of Justice were investigating the car attack, vowing to hold accountable any of the protesters who committed a crime during the violence in Charlottesville on Saturday. And he then again condemned the ideologies that feed this sort of violence. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence, he said. It has no place in America. There are several tragedies at work here. One is the despicable display of racism. Another is the loss of human life. And another is to use the event as a means for attacking President Trump and conservatives who abhor what happened and the hate groups that perpetrated these atrocities. President Trump has made his position clear. If the left chooses to interpret his plain-as-day words, that's their business. But it is a poor excuse for true political discourse. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.